wrote all of this out because I've only got 10 minutes. I am going to talk today a little bit about a subject that we kind of tend to tiptoe around a little bit, and that is actually building a business and making money. I've also decided to share with you some very personal things that I've not ever shared these things with very many people, so I'm going to try to get through this. The reason I'm going to share this stuff is because I want you to understand the power of what you have in your hands right now. While you are 100% not required by Young Living to share oils or this opportunity with anyone, I believe you have a moral obligation to do so. When Susan first approached me about this oil thing, I was 100% not interested. I didn't understand anything about the oil. In fact, who here bought a starter kit because they wanted to be an oil salesman? Anyone? No? Who bought a kit because your sponsor was such a good salesman that you thought, I don't want it, but I'm going to buy it because she's so good? Anyone? So, to relax, I'm not going to talk about making you guys sell anything. So just put that right out of your mind. I decided to join because it was low risk. I bought a basic starter kit. It was $35 at the time, and I'm like, okay, what do I got to lose? 35 bucks. And even as broke as I was at the time, which I'll share with you, I could find $35. So, at the time that Susan approached me, I was trying to leave my second abusive relationship in 10 years. I was alone, I was isolated, I didn't have friends, I wasn't allowed to have friends. All of my energy was spent trying to make enough money because I had to pay half the bills, even though he made 6 times more than I did. I had to keep the house spotless. The kids had to be perfect. They had to do what they were told when they were told, without argument. We had lots of weird little crazy things in the house, like we had to get in and out of the shower in 4 minutes. We couldn't touch the thermostat. God forbid we say we were cold. Half the time, I was stepping in front of him and provoking him to attack me so he would leave them alone. It was a nightmare. At the time that I was trying to figure out how to get out of this situation, my 3 youngest kids were very sick. And it wasn't the kind of sickness that you get sympathy for or people go start GoFundMe pages for. They had an autoimmune disease that kind of attacks your brain. And so most of the symptoms are emotional or mental. It causes OCD, tics, rages, separation anxiety, distorted thinking, trouble in school. I was picking up 1 or more of my daughters 3 to 4 times a week from school because they were having meltdowns or rages or issues at school. And the school was fairly supportive, but I always felt judged as I was going in. Other parents and children were certainly not interested in being friends. We were those. It's the kind of thing that makes people whisper behind your back of what a horrible parent you must be. At the same time, I was fighting my own PTSD and the girls, and anxiety and depression, both mine and theirs. I was spending 20 to 30 hours each week at doctor's offices, therapist office, counselor office, the school office. And I was holding it all together by myself with no support system and no friends and no family. So, and I haven't even mentioned the things that my girl's father was doing to make my life miserable. Suffice it to say, I was not the poster child for a good business prospect. starter kit. If Susan had said to herself, you know what, Kerry can't afford this, so I'm not going to tell her about it. Or, I don't want to sell these oils, so I'm just going to keep this to myself. I can tell you 100%, I would be dead. I was at the end of my rope, and I was slipping. So I am grateful every day that Susan decided, I can't look at Susan, that she decided for herself and her family to make a change in what they were doing for them. Because if she hadn't told me, if she hadn't decided to do something for them, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. So the first 6 months that I was in the business, I didn't know what I was doing. I was using oils here and there. She let me borrow her Higley guide because I couldn't afford my own. And I started doing some research, and very slowly I started to feel better. My girls started to feel better. I started sharing with people here and there. I started making a little bit of money. Even though I was spinning my wheels a lot, it seemed like, okay, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. I was just starting to get some traction, and I was making a little bit of money, and my boyfriend informed me that I had 30 days to get out of the house. I was gone in 2 weeks. The money that I was making was $200 or $300 a month at the time with Young Living was the leg up that I needed to get out of that nightmare. If she hadn't told me, I don't know what I would have done. Her choice to improve her family situation was the leg up that I needed. After the move, things were pretty stressful, and I was, kind of on my own. And I could have used that as an excuse at that time to just stop, wait till things calmed down before I really started building the business. But there's no better time than right now. There's never, I promise you, there's never this golden 2 or 3 years where the rest of your life stops and you can share Young Living without that interfering with what your life is doing. So you have to build it now. You have to. As I continue to share and my business grew, things have gotten better. My health has gotten better. My girls' health has gotten better. Today, I look at my life today, and I have a beautiful home with a swimming pool, and I have a car that the windows actually roll up and down on. These are amazing things. I have built my business both to escape a nightmare and with dreams of better things. And I can tell you it is so much easier to build when you don't need that extra money. When you don't have to have extra is the perfect place to put that safety net in. You need to decide why you want to build this business. And then you need to take your eyes off of yourself and you need to look at the people around you. Raise your hand if Young Living oils have helped change anything in your life, if they've helped you with the situation. Who do you know that's fighting that same issue? Talk to them. Who could use some more money? Okay. Who do you know that needs more money? Talk to them. Does anyone here hate their day job? Okay. Who do you know that hates their day job? Talk to them. Who do you know that is so stressed out and just needs a little bit of hope to keep moving forward? Because that's where I was. Talk to them. If you don't need this right now, now is the perfect time to build it because it is so hard to build it when you're in free fall. It's hard. And we are all one job loss or illness or accident away from completely different circumstances. Put your safety net in now. If you don't need the money, give it to your church or give it to the Young Living Foundation and let them do good with it until you do need it. If you never need it, you can leave it to your children. This income is willable. You can affect generations of your family for years down the road. I've lost my place. There are so many, okay, don't wait until you know what you're doing. Susan did not know what she was doing. If she had waited, it would have been too late for me. So don't wait. There are so many resources for you that we didn't have. In fact, there are some sheets across the back there where you can sign up for one-on-one coaching, training classes, our holiday party. Just make your commitment today to just go talk to some people. Share this. Share this. You don't know who needs you. Who needs you?